So again, let's go back to our normal distribution population. We've got some species that you've got lots of the mean and a few little and a few big. And again, I'm going to change this population's genetic makeup, its alloic frequencies, just by messing around with it, not doing confer survival, etc., etc. And what we're going to do this time is we've got our population, and hopefully you'll realize it's very similar to the genetic bottleneck, and this is known as the founder effect. The founder effect. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple of the individuals and we're going to pluck them out. So these two, okay, A and E, so these two have flown away from the nest and they found their own little island in which they can they can sort of live in peace and harmony. As you'll realise from here, what will end up happening in this subpopulation, what will happen in this subpopulation is they're all going to be IA or IE, and those two alleles are going to be extremely common. So IA and IE, and the others will be lower. So again, we have taken a small group of the population and made a subpopulation, and with that we have transformed this graph into this graph and changed alloic frequencies. So this is this can lead to genetic diseases amongst other things, and real shifts in what the population looks like. So actually, if you think about, say for example, these two, think about all the other genes they're inheriting. Say they've got, one of them has a defunct allele, so let's say it's now not codominant. Say we've got you've got two people with one of them has a defunct allele for an enzyme, actually, which breaks down, I don't know, fats. What ends up happening is this defunct allele will become far, far, far more common in the second population. And actually, this is what ends up happening with certain sort of groups that have poor health and seem to have a higher rate of inherited diseases. So, for example, I think it's Pacific Island nations. They suffered a lot from the founder effect, or suffer. The founder effect has affected those populations, and actually you can have sort of very high rates of heart disease because there are certain alleles that seem to be inherited by those Polynesian nations that lead to them having worse health. So this is very similar to genetic bottlenecking. However, you don't lose your original population. So this population still exists, but this new subpopulation will have a change in alloic frequencies.